Hello, hello, everybody. I'm Jess Tilley, and today we have Brandy Jordan here with us. She is a
Hello.
6'2" Splenic Ego Manifestor, and we are so wonderfully excited to have Brandy joining us for a human design experience in April in Miami. So, for anybody who doesn't know Brandy, let's chat. Who is Brandy Jordan? I feel like in the world of human design, in the world of Gene Keys, you're such a prominent person. Your energy, your essence is just, your voice is such a powerful one in the space. So getting to know you a little bit more, also maybe on that personal level.
Oh, well, thank you. Goodness, that was a lovely intro. Thanks for having me. And thanks for putting on the Miami experience. Something very personal about me that I've never been to Florida, but I love Mr. 305. So every time you say Miami, and my mind goes, Bienvenido a Miami. So I'm
Hey,
excited.
Miami. Welcome to Miami.
Yes. The song starts playing in my head. So,
Mm,
yeah, in my early 30s, you could not catch me outside of a Pitbull concert. I was always there, dancing in one of the first three rows.
yes.
I love that little man.
So much
Anyway,
fun. Yes.
so
Oh, we're so
little,
excited. Okay, so this is your first experience in Miami. Oh,
it really,
wonderful. And you know what? That's so much fun. There's so many different places to go dancing as well. And I'm sure we'll have like little dance parties as well at the experience. So
oh
love
yes,
it.
knowing you guys, we will definitely have dance parties.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we will. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about this experience called to you? What about this was like, yes, I would love to be here, to be a part of this experience, this thing that they're creating in Miami.
Thank you for that question. What first called me was the relationship that we've built, first and foremost.
Oh, yeah.
I have built a wonderful relationship with you and with Monique. I've met Julie, respect her very much.
Mhm.
And so any friend of yours is a friend of mine because of the relationships that we've built.
Yes.
What drew me to this experience with you three specifically was how much fun it's going to be. Um, a lot of the experiences that I've had in the human design communities get a little stuffy and serious.
Hmm.
And I know that you guys are about embodiment and about bringing the playfulness of the energy into our bodies. And I too have gotten caught up in the seriousness of this evolution, right? And so I could use some of the levity that you bring to the human experience, which I think is really valuable.
Yes. Oh, I love that. And oh, that hits my heart, the relationship because it is that's so important, the
Mhm.
people that you love and respect, to
Yeah.
have them there. And it's funny because that is like one of our key words is play, is fun. How do we get to, learn in a place where we get to experience it and play with it and laugh
Mhm.
at ourselves? It's like, oh, that's so silly instead of shaming, because something
That's
we have noticed as well, there's quite a bit of shaming in the human design world where it's like if it's this thing it's like shame, and we
right.
really want to bring it into that playful side, and so that
Yeah.
it gets to shift, so you get to feel safe in your body and experience that awareness of being there, right, landing inside of you in the embodiment, which is something that is such a beautiful energy that you bring to the space as well. So I
Mhm.
know we were talking a little bit before about, what is the title of your talk going to be about? What is the essence of it? And how much fun it gets to be, that it is going to be almost a surprise.
Yeah.
As a splenic being,
Mhm.
it's like I get to see what's there, what's alive. So if you want to speak to that a little bit about your process and how does that feel to say, I don't
Yeah.
know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity to share this because these are the nuances of our design that we get into and understand about ourselves and experiment with. Excuse me. I met human design I'm going to go back a little bit
Yeah,
and tell you how I've gotten here. Uh,
absolutely.
And I met human design in 2017, and I was on the brink of death. My lupus was ravaging my body.
Mhm.
Human design was a tool that I was given to be able to test the epigenetic efficacy of
Hmm.
human design.
Yeah.
So I was with a naturopath, among other things. I mean, there's a lot of the pre-story that I'll leave out that you'll get to know me and know in person. But at this point, I was with a naturopath, and again, my body was deteriorating from lupus. My brainstem was deteriorating. I couldn't move very much.
Yeah.
It was a pretty dire situation, and so I would do anything. Um, I had a wild mystical experience while studying with Dr. Joe Dispenza in Spain, in
Hmm.
Ibiza, or right near Ibiza.
Yeah.
And when I came home, my lupus markers were cleared. I
Yeah.
went in from one rogue cell in every 250 cells to one rogue cell in every 5,000 cells.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I went from 186 allergies to two. I had quite a mystical experience in which my body chemistry changed. When
Mm.
I got home, I knew that my best thinking had gotten me there. I knew that I had no idea what I was doing because if I did, I wouldn't have gotten there,
Yeah.
right? I knew that I had a child very young in high school in my sophomore year. I had three more children before I was 20, two more children before I was 20.
Hmm.
Another one when I was 24. I was married. I built business. I was in school. I got my psychology degree. I was doing everything I thought that I was supposed to be doing and the right way. And that made me really sick.
Hmm.
And so I thought, gosh, what is it? Because I knew lupus was an indication of my inability to integrate body and mind.
Mm.
My mind always fought my body. My body always needed to rest. My mind always said, come on, girl. You got four kids, you've got a business, you've got a husband. You don't have time for this. Don't be lazy. These things, right? And so that chemistry, that cacophony of negative frequency inhabited the water in my body.
Yeah.
And that then went to work in the cells of my body that then upregulated dis-ease in the body. That's just the
Mm.
way that works, I knew.
Hmm.
So I said, gosh, it was one of those moments in the story where you drop to your knees and you say, holy cow, somebody please help me because I don't know how to do this. And that's a big deal for an ego manifester.
Right.
But my ego is one of the gates is 40 line 2, and this is divine will, and this is thy will, and this is the strength to let something come through me.
Mm. Yeah.
Ra Guru, who also has this gate. Um, And so I was gifted human design through someone named Jason Norris, who I've never met since or before,
Yeah.
never even seen again. I don't think he dropped into my email box and gave me my design
Mm.
uh, and was gone again. And I started experimenting with it with that naturopath.
Hmm.
Anyhow, I had knowings I didn't know I had once I started surrendering to the body. It was a very radical experiment in which she was remineralizing my body. If you know anything about autoimmune disorders, your mineralization of the body is pretty wonky. And so that was one of the first steps after getting my lupus markers in order was to get my mineral count in order.
Hmm.
And she, a 1-3 ego manifester, took care of and really helped me remineralize my body. And while I was doing that, I could see that the minerals and vitamins that my body was not uptaking were directly related to the expression of consciousness of my gates.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I was able to connect. And so I did that with a lot of people where it's really still experiential because this isn't scientifically or empirically proven that these gates and lines are associated with the codons and those codons are associated with
Hmm.
epigenetic relations. But we can see the pattern that that's what it kind of looks like. So
Yeah.
we were experimenting with that. My body became healthy. I lost 80 pounds. I started traveling the world.
Mm.
Things just changed.
Yes.
That was my first 7 years. And that's when the real thing began, I think. That's
Yeah.
when it really started. That's when experimentation really started. Because those first 7 years, I was just getting settled. I was just meeting every belief system that my brain held that said that my body was not a splenic ego 6-2 manifestor and that
Yeah.
I didn't have any fucking right to
Yeah.
do those things. I had a lot of belief systems, a lot of, as a woman, in my childhood, everything about the programming in my mind said it is dangerous to be that thing that it says that you are. And
Yeah.
so my first 7 years was really meeting and developing tools to put my mind at ease so that I could follow her because I just knew that my mind got me where I was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I needed to
Exactly.
follow something else. And I have a lot of theosophic history in my childhood before then, where I really studied religion and put it up against what science was saying at the time. So I had a lot of other knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew the I Ching. So that was my first language before I even met human design. I knew the I Ching, but I knew it as a divination tool, like a tarot tool, not like a not in this association. So experimenting in that first 7 years really opened up and put together all of these knowings that I knew and was like, oh my gosh, this is really some shit here. I
Yeah.
really am not in charge. And then you get to that laughing Buddha. I remember the laughing Buddha in my Zen teachings, and I was always like, it is not funny. I don't understand why he's laughing. This is not funny. These Zen koans,
Yep.
this terrible teach, like, this isn't funny to me.
Yeah.
And now I understand. Now I
Yeah.
understand how you just get to that deep soul belly laugh when you realize how not in control of this you are, and
Yeah.
how delicately and beautifully choreographed it is in your favor all the time, all the time, all the time, no matter how many times you try to deviate from what it's trying to give you, it will never stop trying to give it to you.
Right. Find new avenues. Yes. Yes.
And so that's the thing I learned in this body, right? I had to address, and I think that's why people talk about this first 7 year cellular renewal, is because the water in the cells of my body hold the truth that because I'm a woman, because I'm this, because I'm that, because I'm this, I have no right being that. So I had to address all that water and reprogram it and talk to it nicely and tell it that there's another potential that we could actually look at and that we have no choice here but perspective. And so if this is how I talk to myself. So baby, if we're writing a story, let's write a good story.
Yeah.
Let's rechange those victim stories and let's say that this is the story. Because when I speak the story, that's the truth I live. And
Mm.
I'm the only one in control of that.
Yes. It's
uh,
almost like that permission, right? It's like giving yourself
yeah,
that permission to go through all of that and working with the
yeah,
mind as it's like, no, 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 this is who I have to be. This is who I should be. This is who society's told me I need to be. And then it's getting to land in who you really are here to be. And that's a lot easier to
yeah.
say than it is to do, right? All the
Oh,
things
so
that
much
come.
easier.
Yeah, right?
And I think I got lucky because I am right-minded and also splenic and also unmotored, except for the ego. So I think I got real lucky in the ability to be gifted slothism. To
I love
be
that slow.
gifted. Yes,
Yeah.
I've been gifted the sloth because
Mm,
I can just be that
yeah.
slow to watch and see what comes out of my mouth.
Yes.
um, and once I aligned with that and, worked through, that doesn't mean you're a dummy. In fact, you're brilliant when the
Mm-hmm.
moment is right for your brilliance, and you don't have to prove it to anybody. There's these lessons that I got to learn. So now I'm in this second 7 years. This, I call it the second spiral. The first spiral, I was learning.
Mhm.
I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a one first line spiral. I was investigating, I was figuring all of that out, moving it into my body and the experiment of it, networking with all of my cells about this new heretical idea that we can trust us again.
Yeah.
That first cellular spiral. And now I'm in the second spiral where I get to be dared to be that thing, be provocative as it is, right? In the second line spiral. So what does it feel like to be provocative? Okay, let's do it. Okay, what happens? That kind of thing. And now, so all of that context, thank you for bearing with us, everybody,
Oh, that was beautiful. Yes.
to talk about the title. So, the title, what I'm doing is always in this practice of not planning things and trusting that that works. And I am a sixth line, and I have 7 4th lines.
Mhm.
And what that means to me is that I am here to be seen in my transformation. Chiron is also conjunct my sun.
Mhm.
Um, Opposed Uranus and Pluto. So, what that also means to me is that I am here to go through this death and rebirth
Mhm.
loudly, transparently,
Yeah.
um, and for people to see. Because what I know is that we are moving into an age of fully individuated, authentic truth being your currency, being the way that you find your tribe, you
Yeah.
eat your food, you get your housing, all of that authentic alignment.
Yeah.
And I know my teachers went to caves to do that. And they sat on park benches for years doing that.
You just got a thumbs up.
Yay.
I like the caves.
And I like the caves too, but what
Yeah.
I know to be true about this body that we call Brandy is that she's here to do it to be seen so that you can do it too. Because when I'm in the cave, you can't see me. When I'm
Exactly.
in my rainbow body, when I'm not in the world, when I'm not crying at the grocery store, right? I'm a sixth line. I am absolutely here to be healing everything that stops me from being myself. That is my only job. So that means I'm crying in the grocery store.
Yeah. Yep.
That means I'm asking people for different behavior in community groups instead of just putting on
Mm.
fake face and going along with it.
Yes.
That
Yes.
means that when something comes into my body, I'm also a projected channeled manifester.
Yeah.
That means nothing for those of you who don't know that language. But what that means in regular language is that my impact gets to be invited.
Mhm.
It's not just something that's thrown on you. Like in human design, there are 3 channels that go from a motor directly to a throat, and those are called manifested channels. And so manifestors have those. I don't have any of those. Mine meanders through my design into my throat, which means my impact is invited. So I've been playing with, you invite me into a group, and I'm going to come and bring my splenic, open motored, ego authority, leadership, right mind,
Yeah.
and we're going to see what the hell happens.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't know I also have need view. So I can sit in that room and
Mm.
see what's needed. And
Yeah.
as long as I'm invited, I'm going to impact, I'm going to impact, I'm going to impact.
Yes.
Some of my greatest connections to community has been in big groups where we'll do corrections.
Mhm.
Let me give you an example. During COVID, I was invited to different communities in where I would initiate them into their design and
Mhm.
into the place in the community that they would best serve. And so when I would be sitting around and I would see them act out their design, I would come up to them and I would say, "Hey, do you know that this is available too? You want to try this out?" And
Yeah.
so I would, in the moment, move them, impact them, initiate them into a new direction of a self that felt more authentic to them only because I could see it.
Yeah.
So I might create a space like that.
Yeah.
Any space that I create will be a space where you're going to feel your feelings,
Mhm.
and you are going to love them. You're going to sit next to them and you're going to hold them.
Yeah.
And then you're going to invite them to dinner and you're going to pass the butter and it's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Um, any place, any container that I create, rage is welcome.
Yeah.
Any container I create.
Yeah.
Every spectrum of emotion is welcome. And
Yeah.
I am really great at holding a very protective space. I'm a 21-4 in Venus.
Mhm.
Very protective space where people feel safe and loved enough to
Mm.
feel feelings that keep them from following their natural authority.
Yes. Oh,
Um, yeah. So I don't know the title, but I know I'm going to show up with all that.
I love it. It almost feels like Brandy Jordan magic. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this is what you're getting. Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. And you know, I my first 7 years, and maybe we all do this, but I didn't connect Brandy and the design. I was like, oh, Brandy is the design. You know, it was the design. And it was like something I had to live up to. I was like, oh gosh, that feels
What
like
is
too
this?
big. That feels too big for my britches. I don't
Yeah.
think so. And there was
Mm.
Brandy and there was the design. And
Oh,
so I everything I created was about the design. And it was about Brandy will show up and this will happen.
yeah.
And in this second spiral, I am it.
Yes.
It is only because Brandy shows up, this will
Mm.
happen.
Yeah.
Not Brandy's creating something for you.
Mm,
Yeah.
that is so beautiful and so funny because when I started out, everything for me was core calling because there was no world in which it was going to be just Hilly. I was like, oh
Yeah.
heck no. No, 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 no. I come for this thing, right? And it's such a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful place when you get to move into this place of like, but it is me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fully that depth of love for what you do and how you do it. And that piece of what we are talking about before too, that piece of confidence that it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm living me and I know what's right for me and I know what's not right for me and that's okay. And maybe it's different for you, but I honor that in me so I can also honor that in you. And it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
need to mean anything about me or you.
Were you? And
Yeah.
that is the sleeping phoenix. That is the solar plexus mutation.
Yes.
That is the rave child.
Yes.
That is changing the solar plexus from a motor to an awareness system.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing. And as a 6-2 manifester, I believe it's my job to bring it to at least model what I know about it.
Yeah. Yeah. For the big shift coming, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do we navigate it as ourselves? I love that.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
so beautiful.
So yeah, something else that I offer is it's not proprietary or anything, it's the spiral of the hexagram, but the way that I see it in my polymath patterned mind is that I have been able to pull in from different dimensions of reality, from relational spheres, from the psychology sphere, from
Mhm.
a metaphysical sphere, from a shamanic natural sphere. I have been able to pull in all of the keynotes of each of the lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm,
And I
mhm.
call this, my teaching is called the spiral of everything. And the reason I created this, I'm a 24/6 sun, which is the inventor. And I invent things to help me stay in the world with this sensitivity that I have. I know I appear this very confident thing, but inside, if you could hear what was going on in here, you would know the story. There's a very sensitive
Mm,
Cancer rising at the 29th degree, conjunct Jupiter and the moon in here. There's something very tender in this body about um, belonging and being wrong,
mhm. Yeah,
right? That's a lot of us.
yeah,
Everybody wants to belong, and
yeah.
nobody wants to be wrong. uh,
Yeah,
and so I created this spiral of everything for myself. Every tool that I will ever give anybody is only something I've created for myself. I never create something because I think you need it. I just give you what I've done.
yeah,
And so this tool I created to see where I was on the map so that I could stop making myself so wrong all the time. Because in the first line phase of anything, when you're learning something, you are insecure.
yeah,
You do move into security. It is violent.
Yeah.
A first line is always, and when I say violent, I mean imagine a seed busting open and moving all of the earth above and below it so that it
Yeah.
can exist. It's violent.
I'm here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I think I'm being wrong, bad, or shameful for defending my territory, I'm not, because
Yeah.
that's where I'm at the map. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
In the second line phase, when I'm being provocative and I'm pushing people's edges, I'm supposed to be there. I'm not too big.
Yeah.
This is where I'm supposed to find my taste and my line. When I'm
Mm.
experimenting with things, I'm allowed to be the martyr. I'm supposed to be the one that steps in and says, this isn't the way it's supposed to go. This doesn't work. Burn it down.
Yeah.
I am the one that is supposed to do that when I am in that line of development, because we
Hmm.
can look at it psychologically too. It's the phases of development. We can look at it from an educational sphere. It's the way people learn anything. One,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So anyway, I've
Mm.
just developed some visuals and a way to walk ourselves through that map so
Yeah.
that we can make pass the butter. Yeah, I'm fucked up right now. Pass the butter. I'm supposed to be this fucked up.
Yeah.
Let me
Yes.
still sit here at the table with you. That
Mm.
that pass the butter
Yeah.
thing is really
Yeah.
funny,
Mm.
but what it does is address that I'm not wrong and I still belong. Because if
Mm.
you're passing the butter to me at the table, that means I still belong at the table, even
Yes.
though I'm fucked up.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So
Oh
I help
God.
people find
Yes.
themselves on the map of greatness and fucked upness and pass the butter.
Yes.
Be in the experience of it, name it like language. I also love the emotional wheel, because putting language to those chemicals in our body is a really beautiful way to make friends with them.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
this is such a core to what we're doing. And Monique, this is something Monique always says. She's like, come as you are
yeah,
as well. Come
yeah,
as you are. And it's that, that feeling of not like, oh, when I'm here or when I'm good enough or when I have this or when I've done that or when I've learned something. No, come as you are.
yeah.
Belong
As you
right
are,
now.
and let us love you. I dare you.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. That's fun. I love it. That's so
That was one
beautiful.
of my first taglines, and then somebody said it was too aggressive, and I changed it.
Um, Please bring it back. I love it. Yes, I dare you. I dare you to bring it back.
I dare you.
I dare.
It was always, I would say, come into my laboratory, my laboratory, and let me control trigger you.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would do. We would come into session
Yeah.
and I would listen with my psychology brain and intuit with my feeling body and
Yeah.
be able to see exactly what your buttons are and tell you I love you and then push them and
Yes.
then let that perspective come
Yes.
that is maladaptive and
Yeah.
give you another one to choose from.
Mm. Mm.
So come into my laboratory and
Yeah.
let me trigger you. I dare you.
I dare you. Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful. And it's so funny. The other night I was like drifting off and I had this beautiful vision and as you're speaking, this feels like this fits into the energy for one of our days where it's, you're the person who's watching this, right? Where the awareness who's watching the player in the TV. But beyond in
Mhm.
the TV, it's like, where are you in your game? Where are you? What stage? Have you just like respawned? Are you respawning? Are you in a cycle of that? Are you in like, I'm like, part of me's dying right now. Something's dying off. Like, where are you in this cycle? And finding where you are and being able to support yourself exactly in that
Yep.
space and not making you wrong. And this feels very powerful in that essence of that energy. So yeah, we'll see
Yay.
how this unfolds. But
Maybe. I mean, I would love to. I've done it at HDHD, and I did it at a different conference in Washington where I gave the spiral of everything at the very beginning
yeah,
so that they could have this map to travel the whole event with.
yes. Ooh, I love that. And I actually think we have you slated on the first day in like one of the first slots. So
Maybe it'll be that one.
yes, oh, it'll be perfect. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Let me see. I have one more question.
Okay.
Let's see. What is something that nobody else knows about you, or a silly story about you, or just, yeah, something you haven't shared, or something? I don't know.
This is a silly one. I don't know why it's coming to be shared right now, but um, when I was younger, I lived in Tucson, Arizona, for
Mhm.
just a little while during like middle school
Yeah.
and the end of elementary school. And I cleaned these mystic nuns' house. There was a house where some nuns, but they were very mystic nuns. They were different in some sense. I went to I had was going to at the time, I was doing Jehovah Witness Bible studies. I
Mhm.
was doing Catholic Advent or Christian Advent and then Catholic School Wednesdays. I was looking for God as a little girl.
Yeah.
And so I knew these nuns were a little bit different. I cleaned their house and they knew I didn't talk to them at all. And they knew all kinds of things about me. And they
Mm.
would give me boxes of Reader's Digests and of choose your own adventure books. And I would go and build a shed behind the shed. I would build a little fort behind the shed in the house between the chain link fence and the shed. And I would bring my box of Reader's Digest and I would just sit there for hours and hours. And the neighbor, I'm in like fifth grade, I think. And the
Yeah.
neighbor, he's a 98-year-old man named Joe, missing a thumb. And my brilliant mind thought that my fort was so secure, but it was a chain link fence. And so Joe saw me in
Yeah.
there.
Nobody can see me.
Nobody could see me in my cave. And he would come and bring his chair over, and his cat would come over, and he would just sit down and tell me old racist stories and all kinds of things about his growing up. He was
Ugh.
born in 1898,
Oh my God.
and he would tell me just anyway, these are some of the like most connected, fond, like moments that I remember of me not being terrorized, as a young child. These are some of the fondest memories that I have is with a 98-year-old man and some mystic nuns. So if
That's
that tells you
amazing.
anything about my character, there it is.
I love it. Oh, well, thank you so much, Brandy. We are so, so excited to have you and welcome you to Florida for the first time. I know
Oh,
what
I'm
song
so
I'm going to have
excited.
playing.
Please have Mr. 305 in the background.
Oh, yes, 100%. Well,
Okay, good.
awesome. Thank you so much, Brandy. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Jess.
Bye.
Bye.